Introducing project evaluation. How does it help our voices to be heard? Welcome to this short film providing an introduction to project evaluation and explaining the evaluation of the Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project. This film is for anyone involved with the project, including project facilitators, peer supporters, self-advocates and funders, along with anyone interested in carrying out project evaluations for other similar projects. Hi, I'm Jill Looms, Project Evaluator for the Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project. As a disabled person, I care about disabled voices being heard, and as a researcher, I want to use my skills to make that happen. In this short film, I explain what project evaluation is, how you can get involved, and how evaluation can help us to be heard. The word evaluation can have different meanings, but in straightforward terms, it means something like checking the progress or merit of a thing according to agreed standards. When it comes to projects like the Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project, this is often taken to mean checking whether the project is delivering value for money. You might think that the process of evaluating a project sounds like a rather boring job that produces pages of words and numbers that no one will ever read. Or you might see it as obligatory, something we have to do in order to keep organisations that fund our project happy. And it is often the case that funders require projects to evaluate their progress. For example, this project is funded by the Government Equality Office, which requires the projects that it funds to provide evaluations in order to check how funding is being spent, and also to provide information that might be useful to other similar projects. But, depending on how it's designed and carried out, a project evaluation can serve another important purpose, one that should matter a lot to advocacy and self-advocacy organisations. A project evaluation can be an opportunity for all those involved in the project to have their say and to have their voice heard about how the project is run, about the difference it makes in society, and about what is working and what is not working. In this way, an evaluation can be an opportunity to promote equality within a project and to ensure that everyone's voice is heard. As it says on the screen, the interests of the poor and powerless often are neglected or overridden, whereas those of the powerful are given priority. The views and interests of the poor and powerless should be given at least equal priority in the evaluation. There are two more slides in this film. They explore the following questions. 1. What is project evaluation and how can it help our voices to be heard? 2. How is the Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project being evaluated? So the first question we're going to think about is what is project evaluation and how can it help our voices to be heard? We can think about what an evaluation is by answering three questions. How is the evaluation done? An evaluation looks at something systematically. That is, it's organised and happens according to a plan. What does the evaluation do? It produces information about a project and about the effects of that project. And who is the evaluation for? It's for anyone who is interested in the project, in how it works, and in how it can be improved. We can think about what an evaluation considers. So it might consider project goals. How has the project met their goals? Have these goals changed in response to the priorities of project participants? We might look at decision making. How does decision making happen within the project? Is it efficient? Who gets a say in important decisions? Who is responsible for making sure things get done? The evaluation might explore different explanations. So when evaluating a project, how do we ensure that different views about the project and about how it works are represented? And an evaluation should consider different users. So when planning what questions to ask in an evaluation, we should think about who is going to use that evaluation. What do project participants need to know about the project? What do project funders need to know? And how do we ensure that we ask and answer the right questions? And we can think about what's important to make sure that an evaluation helps voices to be heard. So an evaluation should be responsive to the needs of the project participants. It could be goal flexible, ensuring that different goals prioritised by participants are represented. And it might ensure that alternative explanations and perspectives are represented and explored. And of course, it should consider the needs of all users of the project and of the evaluation. On the next slide, we'll see how the evaluation of the Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project considers each of these things in its evaluation. The Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project works to improve access to healthcare services for members of LGBTQ communities who are autistic, who have a learning disability, and/or who experience mental health difficulties. It does this by organising self-advocacy courses and peer support for members of these communities, and by offering training designed and delivered by people with lived experience of these issues to healthcare professionals. The Government Equality Office, which provides the funding for the project, needs an evaluation of how the project works and of what it has achieved. It needs to be able to show how public money has been spent. The evaluation also provides an important opportunity for participants to have their say about what has worked and about what they might do differently. And we also hope that the evaluation will be useful to other people and organisations looking to set up similar projects so that they can learn from our experiences. In order to provide information about the project that will be useful to all the people who are interested in the evaluation, and to ensure that we provide all the information that's needed, the evaluation is in two parts. An independent evaluator called Tia will look at the project from the outside, focusing mostly on how the project has achieved the goals it set out to achieve. Alongside the independent evaluation, I'm undertaking a work-based evaluation to give participants and workers an opportunity to have their say about their experiences of the project. If you're involved in the Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project, you might well come across Tia and me at some point. We may pop into a workshop you're involved in. This is to see how the workshops run and to look at what works well and what might be organised differently. And it's to give people an opportunity to describe their experiences with the project. To finish on a quick word about what evaluation is not. It's not to record details of discussions that are taking place, or to check up on anyone involved in the project. And anyone with any questions or concerns should feel free to speak to Tia or me at any time. Contact details for me and for Advanet, the organisation hosting the project, are on the next slide. Thank you for listening to this short film. Please feel free to get in touch about the evaluation or about any aspect of the Leeds LGBTQ Health Inclusion project. Thank you.